Jason Owa.
That's him.
That's him. What's wrong with him?
Fucking have him. I knew it. I knew you'd love that motherfucker, bro.
Yo, what is wrong? I got him in 4. It's not a good edge class.
Yo, welcome everybody to the Max and Juan cast. I'm ready for this episode, bro. I'm so excited. I'm right here with my co-host.
Bro, what's up, everybody? Give some background why you excited, because we just been going over like our man crushes in the draft. I had some misses. Juan had some misses. I liked Nkichi. I won't lie to you. I'll just get that off the bat before he brings it up. I was feeling me some Robert Nkichi. I was wrong. I was hoodwinked.
Look, man, you brought up Robert Nkemdiche. We're talking some edge defenders today, boy. We talking about the boys who get after the quarterback. This is our first episode on the defender. We just got done with offense. So now we're going on to the defensive side, bro. If you guys like this series, make sure to like this video. Comment down below what you guys think, all right? But for now, let's get into it, man. Let's say our list. I'm going to go first. At number 1, I got Jalen Phillips from Miami. At number 2, I got Kwity Paye from Michigan. I got at number 3, Joseph Osai from Texas. At 4, I got Ronnie Perkins from Oklahoma. And at number 5, I got Rashad Weaver from Pitt.
Okay. You want me to give my list?
I'm ready. Hold on. Let me get. Hold on. I gotta prepare myself, bro. Go ahead.
Tell everyone what you told me before the pod. He was like, "I want to know your list. Tell me it real quick." He's like, "I bet you have that one fucking guy who's gonna be a bust."
I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. Go ahead, say it. If you don't say him, I'll say him.
I got Kwity Paye at 1.
Okay.
Jalen Phillips at 2. 3, I got Gregory Rousseau. I think it's him, bro. Is it him?
No.
Okay. Jason Owa. I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry.
Wait, who?
Jason Owa.
That's him.
That's him? What's wrong with him?
Fucking have him. I knew it. I knew you'd love that motherfucker, bro.
Yo, what is wrong? I got him in 4. It's not a good edge class.
Who do you got at 5?
Carlos, I can't even talk. Carlos Basham.
Oh my God. All right, let's get into this, man. I knew you was going to have yourself some Jason Owawi, bro. Whatever his name is. Oh my God. Let's get into this. All right, number 1. I got Jalen Phillips. I noticed that our number 1 and 2 were flip-flop. So that's a good sign, all right? Pros. He's 6'5", 266. Like, this dude is large. Best player I seen on tape, by far, in my opinion. Athlete, can bend, technically sound. He has get-off speed. He's a finisher. He's the whole package, bro. Long arms, all of that. Now, if you guys don't know this guy's story, his cons, he ended up actually retiring because of concussions. He used to play for UCLA. He wound up getting a second opinion from a doctor, and he wound up transferring to the University of Miami, aka the U. So he wound up balling out this season, but look, that's still it's still a question mark, bro. Like, that's scary. He has concussion problems. But as far as the film goes, this guy's a stud, man. He's what you want in an edge defender.
You said he's the best on tape. I second that. The reason he's 2 for me is that concussion.
Yeah.
concern. It's real. Let's not just mess around. I know concussions have been a talking point of football for what, like the last 7 years.
Yeah.
Whenever that Will Smith movie came out, where he's like, "The truth, I want the truth." Remember that one? Right?
Yeah.
I don't know how to. I can't do a good Will Smith impression. It's not one of my guys. Like you said, elite measurables, elite athlete. It's a good first step. It's not Von Miller. Let's be real.
No.
It's good though. It's like 70% of Von Miller's first step, maybe 65.
Yeah.
He can bend. That's a big thing if you're an edge guy. Bendability. Decent against the run. For a guy who's had so many injuries and the concussion shit, he didn't play like he had that stuff. He's like, I'm just gonna go out there. I'm just gonna wreck. But like you said, it's just 1 year of this. It's one hit wonder, 1 year wonder. A couple of the guys on my list were like that. And it's a weird shit. It's COVID. You know, we didn't really touch on it in the offensive line. It's a weird year. Like, when have we ever seen a guy opt out? Like, I'm sure Jadeveon Clowney's like, why didn't I just opt out, bro? Like, this fool didn't fall in the draft.
Yeah.
Look, actually, that's a good question. Is there a Clowney level prospect or a Myles Garrett, Chase Young?
I don't see it. None of these guys are a generational talent. A lot of them have a lot of upside. I think that's what it all comes down to. Because in reality, all these guys are super raw, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think all of them have flaws. All of them can work on their technique. But Jalen Phillips, to me, if you're gonna if the whole class is about potential, right? And there's a lot of, unknown for a lot of these dudes. Even his teammate, he's on your list. A guy who didn't play this season. If you're gonna take a guy with some upside and some red flags as it is already, like I would go with Jalen Phillips. He's the whole package as far as get off speed, the whole against the run as a pass rusher. Like, he's an athlete, he can bend, long arms. Like, he fits the mold of what you want in an edge defender in today's football. But
exactly, and like I said, he's really my number one.
No.
It's just about the injury concern. It's a big one,
and I don't knock you for it. I really don't.
No,
to me, it's just a personal preference.
Yeah, it's scary. Like, that's all it is. It's like, if you're gonna invest a guy like this, it's just like, man, he gets one more concussion, you might not see him again.
Yeah,
and I don't think any of these edge rushers are a top 10 pick. They'll probably get drafted top 10.
Yeah,
but it's not like it's not Von Miller coming out. It's not even Brian Burns coming. Like, I think Brian Burns would have been for sure like the number one guy in this draft.
Who was your player comp for Phillips?
Man,
who can? Because for me, it was Danielle Hunter. That's who I see.
I thought about Danielle Hunter because it's just a lot of traits with this guy. But he's more polished than you. Like, I give him credit for. I would say probably.
Yeah.
I'd go with Danielle Hunter. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
Maybe Jerry Hughes, little Jerry Hughes.
Yeah, a little bit.
Am I tripping?
A little bit more athletic, I think.
Maybe like a souped up Jerry Hughes.
Yeah, I get you.
So let's go to Kwity Paye because we basically have them both at 2. We'll just go with that.
Well, you have him at 1. I don't fault you for it, but I have him at 2. You have him at 1. So why don't you start it off? Tell me why you have him 1.
I put good hands, good speed. He's bendable. He's got a really good first step. Great motor. The only thing I didn't really see from his game was just raw power. I saw some speed to power, which I liked, but just the raw power play strength I wasn't in love with. He's raw. It's simple as that. He's a raw guy, just like Jalen Phillips. It's all physical. If he can learn some pass rush moves, if you get him in an NFL room with the D-line coach that's going to stay on his ass, develop this dude, it could be really scary. I liked him more than I liked Rashawn Gary coming out.
And I think that's a con for him. Honestly, I really do think so. He has kind of the same body frame as a Rashawn Gary. Plus, he's coming out of Michigan just like him. 6'4", 268. He's obviously not an athlete. I didn't see it on tape. He's not amazing as an athlete. Like I said, bad rap because of the whole Michigan Rashawn Gary thing. And doesn't really pop. He doesn't pop out on film. It's not a guy where you automatically see him. You know what I mean? You really got to look deeper into it. And really know where you're going to put this guy, because it's really going to matter who coaches this guy and where he goes. Like, what scheme is he going to go into? Because the reason why I have him at 2 above a lot of these guys is, number one, he's unique. I really do think so. He's a unique pass rusher where he has strong hands. He's very technical with his pass rushing skills. Like, he's a technician to me. And he's one of those guys where he's going to be good on like a stunt. Like, he's going to be one of those guys who fit like the New England Patriots, obviously like the Baltimore Ravens, like guys like that. Like, the comparison I had for him was a guy like Zadarius Smith. Like, I
like that one.
Yeah. Like, he fits that mold. He's unique to me, man. But it's really going to matter what system he goes in. Like, if you put him in the Raiders system in a 4-3 and you're asking him to come off the edge, number one, he's not going to do that, bro. He's just, number one, he's not an athlete. He's not going to be athletic enough to really bend the edge. He's going to have trouble tracking down the quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jacksons of the world. So in that aspect, it's going to be bad. But if you put him in a system where he can be productive, like a Baltimore Ravens or New England Patriots, where they're running stunts and they're running some actual unique stuff at the line, I think this guy will succeed and he will be really good.
A couple of the things you said I just disagree with. I'm sorry, I was just looking through some of my notes because I have a couple pages. I actually like the athleticism. I think he is an athlete. I will say that. You can see like the first step. You can see the agility. I think he's got one of the most legendary 3-cone times. I'm not a big 3-cone guy. I think it's kind of something like we talked about with the arm length. It's kind of like, it's good if you have it.
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be a baseline. It's not like if a guy is like DK Metcalf's 3-cone for an edge rusher, you're kind of like, I'm a little scared.
There's a difference though. He's really not an athlete. He's very quick. It's short area quickness. To me.
So do you think he's twitchy? Would be a better way. I think he's really.
I don't think he's twitchy though. I just feel like he's good in short areas. Like, he's really good at coming downhill in a sense. You know what I mean? Like, really getting into the guy's chest in that aspect. But I don't think he's like an athletic dude as far as like even though I'm not a big fan of him, like a Bradley Chubb. You know what I mean? Like, just straight get off speed or something like that. Like, I just don't feel like he's an athlete, and it showed up on tape. But I get what you're saying. Like, the 3-cone stuff, like the quickness, I do agree. Like, he's an athlete in that part, but that's about it.
Do you think he can move inside on certain downs?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
If you want to line him up over a defensive tackle and let him
yes.
To me, I saw a little bit of Michael Bennett in him, where it was like, if you move this guy inside, because he's big. He's 6'4", 270.
That's funny that you mentioned Michael Bennett. I have him as a comparison, but not to him. One of my other prospects.
Oh, really?
But, yeah, but that's kind of a good way of putting it if you want to have the versatility to him.
You could obviously say Rashawn Gary's a comp too, just because I guess the Michigan thing. And
I think he's a lot better than Rashawn Gary.
I agree. I 100% agree.
As a prospect too.
I agree.
Yeah.
Tell me who your third guy is, because I have Gregory Rousseau from the U.
Okay. I got Joseph Asai from Texas. 6'4", 253 pounds. He's a stand-up 3-4 guy, automatically. If you're going to try to put this guy in a 4-3 with his hand in the dirt, it's going to be tough, bro, because he's not that guy. I don't think he'll be a bum in a sense if he does that, but I think you're just doing him a disjustice of not having him as a 3-4 stand-up dude. He's versatile. He's great in space. Another great guy for stunts that I seen. Another like New England Patriots, Baltimore Ravens guy. Like, Baltimore is going to hit the jackpot, bro, because a lot of these guys fit their system. Great combination of speed and power. He's a great, balance in that aspect. And he can maybe cover some guys. Like, he has some athleticism to him. So I wouldn't be surprised if, they have him in a situation where he has to cover, a little hard flat kind of thing if you guys play Madden out there. But, like a hard flat kind of zone kind of guy where he can have some cover skills to him. And then Akan.
Sorry, go ahead.
And then Akan, at the end of the day, he still is a project. He needs to sharpen up his technique, and he's still learning the position. He's actually he actually didn't start at this position. He actually was off ball at first. So he's kind of new to the position still. So there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of rawness to him.
What'd you think of his bend?
He had enough bend. I wouldn't say it was elite or anything fantastic, but I don't think it'll be a problem like a guy like Solomon Thomas, who couldn't bend coming out. Like he'll be able to.
I have in my notes, athleticism is crazy with this. He looks like a Greek god.
Yeah.
I love his motor. He got that white boy motor, excuse me. I thought he was better against the run than he was the pass. I didn't see a lot of pass rush moves. Like you said, he's raw.
Yeah.
The pro was just, it's all athleticism. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you're surprised I didn't have him on my list. He was next guy up. He was 6 for me.
Okay.
One other question for you is, I thought he looked stiff at times, but maybe that's just like you said. He's learning a new position. He's unsure. Who's your player comp for him?
It was between Chandler Jones and
my gosh.
Obviously, he's not going to be
reaching for the stars.
I mean, Chandler Jones, he's great. Like Chandler Jones is a Pro Bowl caliber pass rusher. A lower floor, I heard another one like Brian Arakpo, like a guy like him.
Texas stuff, huh?
Yeah, it came out of Texas too.
What do you think of Kaylavon Chason as a comp?
I don't think so. He has more power than Kaylavon Chason, and he's a lot better against the run. Like Kaylavon Chason to me was a one-trick pony.
I think he's kind of a one-trick pony. He can't really rush the passer.
So. I don't think so. I think he's good against the run, and he's serviceable against the pass, though.
To me, it's hard to invest or call a guy the third best when he's not good against the pass, especially at edge. But I would say he's an edge where you wouldn't have to worry about the run game. Like, say you bring him in on third down and they're going to run a draw. He's not going to get destroyed. He's going to stand his ground.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an edge who it's just all pass rush. Like maybe if you want to go to Bruce Irvin, he was never the best run defender. Good off the edge.
Maybe a guy like Leonard Floyd first coming out. I just don't
think
he doesn't have the body type of Leonard Floyd though. Like this guy's he's filled out. Like you said, he looks like a Greek god. Like he's filled out. Like Leonard Floyd wasn't that coming out. He was skinny. He was frail. Like nowhere near that. But as far as like, you know, kind of like the same aspect as like a one-trick pony in a sense. I get it. I get how you see that. Me, I see the upside. I can see him improving. Like I said, he's new to the position, gets in there with the right coaches, the right scheme. A lot of these guys are going to come down to who's coaching them and what team they're going to get drafted by at the end of the day. A lot of these guys.
And it's not like that for like the blue chip. Like Von Miller would have been good wherever. You know?
Exactly.
But for a lot of these guys who aren't blue, like you said, I don't think Jalen Phillips is a blue chip guy or Kwity Paye.
No. Yeah.
Not a blue chip guy in my opinion.
None of these guys.
I'll take you to my number 3. I got Gregory Rousseau from Miami. He looks the part, man. 6'7", 265.
5-star recruit coming out too.
Yeah, looks great in the jersey. He wearing the U chain. He's got the swagger. I'm trying to think like a player comp right now. He kind of reminds me of Montez Sweat. He's not as twitchy. I didn't see the twitch of Montez Sweat. He's big. He's a big edge.
6'7".
6'7" edge.
Rare.
It's kind of like, oh, you're kind of getting on that point where you're too big.
Yeah, it's
like,
a rare size though.
I saw a little bit of Myles Garrett just with like the length and size, not the actual twitchy. Like Myles Garrett's a freak. People don't really realize it. He's not as rocked up as Myles Garrett. I got some other pros here. Sorry, let me go through my notes. Good strength. It's really good strength. It's great length. Pretty good instincts for a guy who's played, 1 year? Maybe 1.5 years? You can kind of put him on the inside, too, because he's big. He's gigantic. Cons, he's not super twitchy. I didn't see a lot of speed to power. He sat out 2020. 1 year wonder. And he's a redshirt sophomore. So you've really seen him, 1 year? 1.5? Like I said, that's scary.
He was definitely impressive as far as what this guy can do. As far as his 6'7", rare build. But to me, what wasn't impressive was his tape. I mean, and it's granted, bro. I don't blame you at all for having him. I really don't. I can see it. Like I get where you're coming from. I don't blame you. To me, he's gonna be one of these guys that can fall anywhere in the draft. Like, I can see a team crazy enough to draft this guy at 20, and I can see him falling all the way down to the 5th round. Like, he's just one of those guys. It just all depends on how confident are you in your coaching staff with this guy, because like you said, he obviously sat out this year. And the year that he did play, he played all over the place. Like you said, you think he can play inside? I think so too. Like, he showed it on film. And that kind of hurts him and it kind of helps him, because you didn't really get to see a lot of snaps of him playing edge. You know what I mean? They had him moving all over the place.
I was just thinking about this. Last year we had a guy in AJ Epineza from Iowa.
Yeah.
First round pick the whole year, and he fell in the draft. Similar guy, big edge rusher. I know he didn't have the good combine. And Rousseau didn't have the best pro day. So maybe that's even a better player comp. But I think he's a better AJ Epineza from Iowa.
Yeah. But I get you, bro. I don't blame you for Gregory. He was definitely on my honorable mentions, just for you guys out there. But not enough.
He's a guy, if he played this year and balled out next to Jalen Phillips, it would have been like, oh, he's a lot.
It would have been helpful.
I'm sure Miami was like, hey man, like really, you're not soon. We got another edge rusher this year. Like,
yeah,
you can eat. You both can eat. Come on.
Exactly. But I don't blame you, bro. I like it. I'm not gonna blame you for that one.
Can we skip my next guy? I don't even want to talk about
him. We're going to get into him. Before we get into that, let me say my 4. My
All
number
right.
4, Ronnie Perkins from Oklahoma, 6'4", 250 pounds. All right, pros, obviously. This is where we get into the speed guys. All right, speed. He has some power to him. He has long-ass arms. He wins his matchup a lot of the times. Like, he dominates his matchup one-on-one. Has some bend to him. I think he has really good bend. Let's get into some cons. Obviously, like all these guys, raw as fuck, dude. He needs coaching. This is your typical athlete. Like, this is your typical guy with a lot of speed. He's an athletic freak. But out of all the athletic dudes that are coming out in this draft, and there's a lot of them, like the guy year 4, he's the one guy I seen that had some power to him. And that's all I care about, bro. Like, if you have speed, like, that's fine. Like, yeah, that's a good trait to have, obviously. But on the film, I seen him have some power. And I know people are going to disagree with that, but I really do. Like, I think he dominated his matchup, and he's not your typical athlete who just has speed. Like, your typical prospect who's just speed, like a Vic Beasley or something. Like, I think he has some power to him. And obviously he needs to get more tools on his tool belt. Like I like to say.
I'm one of those people who disagrees about the power. I think that's one of my big cons for him is power. He's going to get overwhelmed at times. Granted, he's what, 6'3", 250?
6'4", 250.
6'4", 250. That's a little bit small for an edge. Like, I think what's like the good weight for an edge? Like 260.
It depends. It depends.
It does depend. Like, to me, he doesn't seem like he's big enough to play edge. That would be the best way. He looks small out there. And to me, at times, he did look stiff. And that's kind of scary. And it's scary when you're in Oklahoma. You're not playing anyone. You're not on a good defense. You're not. There's no defense played in the conference.
Yeah.
And granted, I think he's worth the 2nd to 3rd round pick. He's not a bad player. I had him on honorable mentions like you did. I liked him. I just didn't like him more than any of the other guys.
And a player comp that I had, and it's a boy that you like, and you're probably going to get dumbfounded.
Did you say Vic Beasley?
No. Brian Burns. Brian Burns or D4.
Oh, no way. Come on.
I think that can be I think that can be the ceiling for a guy like Ronnie Perkins.
I don't know. You're reaching with that one.
I probably am, but I think a lot of these linemen after I wouldn't even say that. I think a lot of these linemen, from 1 all the way down, were reaching, to be honest. So I don't see a problem with it. But like I said, he's the one guy out of all the speed guys who are just all speed. He's the one guy I seen personally that had some power to him.
Well, I disagree because I got the one speed guy who had power.
Oh, shit. Who is it?
Look. Jason Oweh. I don't know how to say his name. I'm sorry, bro. I listened to it, and then as soon as we got on the podcast, I was like, I can't say it. I just can't say it. Like, to me, you want to hear the first one I have for him? I know he didn't have a sack in college.
Yeah, I know. Continue.
I realized he didn't have a sack in college, right? I put speed, more speed, really fast.
That boy Max love his speed.
Said the Raider fan. Says the Raider fan.
Hey, look, I don't fucking GM the Raiders, okay? Jeez.
Look, I got speed. He's agile. He has a little bit. I saw a couple clips where he converted speed to power. A couple clips. I mean, I've seen it. He's good motor. He's good in the run game. Cons, he's over aggressive as hell. It's all speed based. He's raw as shit. Like you always.
You should have found like alternative words to mention for speed.
Like he's not slow.
Look, dude,
he has no pass rush moves. Not a variety of moves. Like it's not no pass rush moves. Basically,
he's an athlete. He's all speed.
Yeah,
look, I think this guy has bust written all over him.
And he does. He's feast or famine, boom or bust. I'll agree. Yeah. I'll agree. He didn't have a sack in college, so his first sack in the NFL, he's got more.
And look, that's not even the thing though with him. Like, people fall in love with these guys in the draft every year. I'm telling you, Big Beasley, like #1 dude.
He was good though. He had a couple good years in him. Am I wrong? He 15.5 sacks.
What happened, bro? Like the dude.
Boy could have been the next Khalil Mack. Someone told me one time. We know. Look, I never co-signed that. I didn't co-sign that. Okay.
Yeah, I know you didn't. But another guy that he reminds me of that is just not good and kind of has the same physical attributes, just probably not as fast, but he looks the part. It's like a guy like Arden Key. Like he just has no, as far as like no, not technically sound at all. Has no pass rush moves. His tool belt is empty. He literally just wears a belt.
He just has the electric screwdriver.
Exactly.
That's his tool belt because he's so fast,
bro. Like Jason Onway, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name, bro. I just think you're gonna be a bust. This is what I put. Looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. Like I think he plays soft. He has no power to his game.
I feel like he could move off the edge position, maybe like an off-ball linebacker. Like he's got the athletic tools to do it. Yeah. Like maybe he's a really hard. He's a hard evaluation. Like I don't think he's 4.3 fast. He's probably like 4.4, low 4.5 fast.
Look, he's
twitchy. He's twitchy as shit.
All Lamborghini, bro. No Hummer. All right. That's all I gotta say about him. I think he has. Do not touch this guy with a 10-foot pole. All right. Do not touch this guy unless you get into the 6th or 5th round, like Arden Key. Like, do not touch this guy. And I see some people mocking him in the first round. I think you're out of your freaking mind, bro.
Like, I wouldn't touch him in the first round. That's scary.
No freaking way. That's probably the biggest disagreement I have with your list. But okay. I know how you are. I know you like your speed.
I probably should have had him at 5. I should have had him at 5, but I was like, I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit.
I know you like your athletes, but
I'm not even like trying to like do something just to be trendy and shit. Like I really believe like he can be good. Like I really do. Like one of those. I've been singing this song before. I've got my heart broken a couple times.
We gonna see, bro. We'll see in about 2 or 3 years. All right, but at least I'm giving you 2 or 3 years. A lot of people will be like, we'll see next season. Like,
Look, you can kind of compare him to Hassan Riddick. I could see him like doing the Hassan Riddick thing. Maybe in that contract year, he'll prove me right.
You better hope. All right, well, who's your 5?
Carlos Basham from Wake Forest, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Wake Forest. I don't know why I doubted myself. I have it written down. I just doubt myself sometimes. You got me kind of feeling my feelings right now with the bashing my guy Onway, whatever his name is. Like Basham, this is probably another controversial one.
Yeah.
He might not be able to play edge. He's humongous if he's going to be an edge. He's what? I got it right here. 6'5", 285. That's a big boy edge. I don't know if you could come up with many guys who play edge at 290. But for pros, he's a good pass rusher. He has good hands. Great frame. Good motor. He's got really good athleticism for his size. He's not Von Miller fast. He's not Aaron Donald strong. But for his size, his weight, he's really good as an athlete. Good rip move. I like the rip. Good run stuffer for an edge. But that's the thing. He's like a defensive tackle playing edge. That's how good he is against the run.
Yeah, I get you, but at the end of the day, he's a little bit small to play inside, and he's big to play outside.
My big con is cannot bend.
He cannot bend.
He can bend for his size, but it's not edge rusher bend. It's like if you put Aaron Donald at edge, it's like, oh, he can bend a little. But it's like you're not really. It's not his cup of tea.
Yeah.
Lack of elite speed was another one. I mean, I'm not all into speed. I know you're gonna make it seem like that, and it's not a great first step for an edge. I think he's really a tweener, man. I think in the right system he could be productive. He's a tweener, man.
Tweener, exactly. You know how I feel about tweeners too. I don't like them. I don't think they work out in the NFL. I just feel like you got to pick one or the other.
Yeah, you can't have your foot in both baskets. You got to pick a basket and go with it. I get that,
especially at that position.
That was a con for me, but
I don't fault you.
Like the talent.
It's tough.
He's talented. Yeah. He's not bad. He's talented. It's just like, what fuck's he gonna play, man? I don't know.
A lot of these guys, bro, in this class, if you look on the bright side of things, you can see it. Like you can see them working out.
Well, you could make that argument for just about anybody. Like on the bright side, like I think
especially with these guys, though.
I get that. Yeah. I hear that. Who's your 5?
My 5 is Rashad Weaver. He's out of Pitt, 6'5", 270. Almost the same situation with your guy. My pros though, he's strong as hell, bro. Great discipline as far as gap wise. He knows how to stay in his gap. You can really tell he's a smart player on film. Rarely gets washed out of the run play. Long arms.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude, huge arms.
Arms are out crazy.
Yeah.
He kind of reminded me of Carlos Dunlap a little with just the arms.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get some hate for this probably. I think he's the best run defender in this class. I'm gonna say it.
At the edge? At edge.
At edge.
Yeah. Okay.
At the edge position, he's one of the best run stoppers.
I'd go with my guy at 5, Basham over him.
Okay.
Just because but again, he's more of a true edge though, so I can kind of see the point you're making. Like my guy is kind of a tweener.
Yeah. But he's a 4-3 guy, Rashad Weaver. 4-3 guy, 3 tech. Like that's where you're gonna put him. He is so good against the run. Like he's so sound as far as keeping being in the right gap. Like I love that about him. His cons, obviously. Him at number 5, he's not an elite athlete at all. Okay?
He's not twitchy. I didn't see the twitch on film.
Yeah, he's not twitchy. Anything that has to do with speed, it's not there. It can be a problem chasing guys in the NFL today. Almost every quarterback has the ability to move in the pocket. The Lamar Jacksons, the Patrick Mahomes of the world, Josh Allen's. You can name them. The list goes on. So that can be a problem. He can't bend the edge as well as you would want an edge to do. Okay? I wouldn't say it's the fact of your guy at 5, but it is a problem. It is a question mark, okay? But I see light at the end of the tunnel if he gets with the right coaching staff and he shores up his athleticism. With all that said, he needs the right role. Okay, just a lot like all these guys. It sounds like a broken record saying that, but it really does. It really is going to matter for a lot of these guys on where they go.
Were your 4 and 5 more situational guys or more guys who could be an edge all the time? My 4 and 5, I was like, they're kind of like situational edges.
Situational, no, exactly. Like
okay,
his comp for me, like his ceiling can be a guy like Michael Bennett. Like he.
Oh, this is the Michael Bennett. Yeah, I see that in him. I get you with that.
Yeah, this is a Michael Bennett type of dude. Like, put him in the inside, put him in the outside. Like on 3rd down, like put him in the inside. Like he'll dominate probably. You know what I mean?
But you have him as an edge. He's not a tweener.
Exactly.
He's just a guy who's an outside guy who can go inside. He's not a guy who has to go. Okay,
exactly. And his floor, and this will be the Buffalo Bills version of him. But like a guy like Shaq Lawson. I think that's automatically brings up to people's minds of a guy like this, of a Rashad Weaver, to see a guy like Shaq Lawson, who's not all that bad in Miami, but
he's really not.
He's the perfect example. 1, it was injuries, but 2, it was the system with him. It was
lack of explosiveness from both those guys too.
Yeah, exactly. And Buffalo wasn't the right scheme for him. He went to a guy in Brian Flores in Miami, and he started to see some success at Shaq Lawson. So I can see that for a guy like Rashad Weaver if he gets in the right place at the right time with the right team with the right coaches, man. And it can be really bright future for Weaver.
Man, I agree with you, man. He's a good watch. There's not a lot of special, but there's a lot of good in this draft class for the edges.
Yeah.
But, is that it? Are we done?
Let's go into our honorable mentions. Did you have anyone else?
You hit on all mine, basically.
I had a couple guys I wanted to mention. Aziz Ajawali from
I'm not even gonna try, bro. I know what you're talking about. I'm not even gonna try it.
Yeah, 6'3", 244 pounds. That guy's a boomer bust to me. He had very good get off. He needs to fill out though for me. He needs to fill out his body. Another thing with him, he came on late during the season. He was a guy that people started talking about late in the season. He's getting a little bit of some buzz right now. A lot of guys are loving him. I just felt like we had to mention him. Someone's gonna mention him in the comment section or text us, whatever the case is. I just felt like I had the need to mention him because I did watch him. I kind of see it. I kind of don't, though. I don't think he was worthy enough to being on my top 5 list. He's a boomer bust guy, just like a lot of these guys, to be fair. Another dude that I kind of like, I kind of regret it, but deep down inside, I really didn't like him as much as my top 5 guys. He's literally at 6. This is my 6th guy. Cam Sample from Tulane, 6'3", 275 pounds. I just hope the Ravens draft this guy because he fits them so freaking well, bro. Like your typical, like explosive dude that has long arms. Like I just think
they could use that. All they have is like big dudes who's just clog shit up.
Exactly, and I think like Baltimore Ravens draft Cam Sample. Like I'm a big fan of him. I think he'll be perfect for like a 3rd round pick or in the 4th round for Baltimore. Ravens draft that guy, but that's about it. And then Gregory, the guy from Miami.
Yeah, we touched on him though earlier, so we're good.
Yeah, but that's it, bro. Anything else you want to go over with this class?
No, I think we hit it all. I'm excited for defensive tackles too. It was a good D-line class. It's just a lot of good. There's not a lot of special.
Yeah,
and people are gonna. That's what I hate when people are like, "This draft's not good." Well, you know what? Probably one of these guys we talked about is gonna be special. Yeah. But coming out, they just don't look that way yet.
Exactly. But we had some fun with this one, bro. Your boy.
I mean, you tried to attack me on my guy, but whatever. I didn't attack you.
I got on you for Jason on Oweh, whatever the freak his name is, the bust. Okay.
No, he's gonna hit. I'm calling it.
But look, man. Make sure to follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, subscribe on there, 5-star rate us, bro, for you audio listeners out there. And if you're an audio listener, bro, go on YouTube, man, because we're doing the webcam thing. We're trying out new things. You get to see our faces, our reactions. Don't miss it, bro. Make sure to go on to YouTube. And once you're done watching the video, subscribe, bro. Like the video, comment down below, turn on post notifications so you know every time we drop a fire banger like this one. All right. Go on Instagram and Twitter. Follow us on there. That's Max_JuanCast. We always get full engagement on there. We get the comment section goes nuts on there when we drop our top 5 list. Especially Max's lately.
Yo, man, I'm right. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go down with my guys. But you know what? Really, real talk. What Juan said. Thank you guys for everything you do. There's no way we could quantify the appreciation we have, and it's just people who want to like invest their time in watching this stuff. It's not like we're making you, but just the fact you do means a lot. There's no other way really to say that.
Yeah, we appreciate all you guys. We love you guys. We're grateful. But we out, bro. Peace.